In this question, we need to find the multiplicative inverse of the complex number 3 plus 2i. In any complex number, say z equal to a plus ib, the inverse of z is defined as a by a square plus b square plus I into minus b by a square plus b square. Now in this question, z is 3 plus 2i, where we can say a is 3 and b, the imaginary part, is 2. Therefore, the z inverse, the inverse of the number, is equal to 3 by 3 square plus 2 square plus I into minus 2 divided by 3 square plus 2 square. That is equal to 3 by 9 plus 4 plus I into minus 2 by 9 plus 4, which is equal to 3 by 13 plus I into minus 2 by 13. Open interval minus infinity to a is the solution set of the inequality 2x minus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 by 4 minus 2 minus x by 5. In that case, we need to find the value of a. Here we have a left hand side and a right hand side for the inequality. So we begin with the right hand side, 3x minus 2 by 4 minus 2 minus x by 5. We can take the cross multiplication. So the left hand side becomes 5 times 3x minus 2 minus 4 times 2 minus x divided by 20. So that is equal to 15x minus 10 minus 8 plus 4x divided by 20, which is equal to 19x minus 8 by 20. With this result of the right hand side, we go back to the initial inequality. Substituting the new value 19x minus 18 by 20 for the right hand side of the inequality, we get the inequality as 2x minus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 19x minus 18 by 20. So we can make again the cross multiplication. We get 20 times 2x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3 times 19x minus 18. That means 40x minus 20 greater than or equal to 57x minus 54. Now grouping the variable terms and the constant terms separately, we get 15x minus 40x less than or equal to 54 minus 20. Remember, we have changed the side. We have taken the term containing x to the less than side. So it becomes 57x minus 40x in the less than part, which is less than or equal to 54 minus 20. So finally we get 17x less than or equal to 34, which results the value of x as 2. Now we get the value of x satisfying the given inequality as x less than or equal to 2. So the lower value of the solution set is negative infinity and or the upper value is 2. So the interval is minus infinity less than x less than or equal to 2, which is open interval minus infinity comma 2 closed. Now in the question, the interval is given as open interval minus infinity a. So comparing both these solution sets, which are the same, we get the value of a as 2. In the next question, we are asked to find the solution to the set of inequalities 3x minus 7 less than 5 plus x and 11 minus 5x less than or equal to 1, and mark the interval on the number line. Let's start with the first inequality, 3x minus 7 less than 5 plus x, and see what values of x satisfies this inequality. So bringing the term x to the left hand side, we get 3x minus x less than 5 plus 7, which implies 2x less than 12 and then x less than 12 by 2, which is 6. So the variable x takes values less than 6 in order to satisfy the first inequality. Now moving on to the second inequality, 11 minus 5x less than or equal to 1. This implies 5x need to be greater than or equal to 11 minus 1. That is, 5x is greater than or equal to 10. And we see that the value of x has to be greater than or equal to 2 in order to satisfy the second inequality. Now combining both inequalities, the first one says x take the values less than 6, and the second inequality says values of x should be greater than or equal to 2. Then combining these two inequalities, we get 2 less than or equal to x less than 6. That means x must be between 2 and 6, and it can take the value 2 also. So the lower limit 2 is included, but the upper limit 6 is excluded. We can mark this interval on the number line as shown here. A darkened circle on 2 on the number line says that the number 2 is included in the interval, and a hollow circle on 6 on number line says that 6 is not included in the interval. Next question is, if 1 by 6 factorial plus 1 by 7 factorial is equal to x by 8 factorial, find the value of x. So 1 by 6 factorial plus 1 by 7 factorial is equal to x by 8 factorial. By the method of cross multiplication, we have 7 factorial plus 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 7 factorial is equal to x by 8 factorial. Now 7 factorial can be written as 6 factorial into 7. So it becomes 6 factorial into 7 plus 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 7 factorial. That is equal to x by 8 factorial. So here a 6 factorial is common and can be taken outside, and that can be cancelled with the 6 factorial in the denominator. So what we get is 7 plus 1, that is 8 by 7 factorial is equal to x by 8 into 7 factorial. Here also 8 factorial can be written as 8 into 7 factorial, and that becomes 8 into 8, that is equal to x. Therefore x equal to 64. Next question is, everybody in a room shakes hands with everybody else. If the total number of hands shaken is 66, then how many persons are there in the room? This is a wonderful question, and let's see how we can find out the number of persons in that room using the given information. Now it is given that total number of handshakes is equal to 66. This implies NC2 is equal to 66. This is combinations of n persons taking 2 at a time. So that is equal to n factorial by 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial as per the definition of NC2, that is equal to 66. This implies n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial by 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial. Here n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial, so that n minus 2 factorial can be cancelled between numerator and denominator. So the expression becomes n times n minus 1 divided by 2, that is 66. We get a quadratic equation from this expression as n squared minus n minus 132 equal to 0. Now the root of this equation can be found by using the formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, based on the general equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now b square minus 4ac is 1 plus 528, that is 529. Therefore the square root of b square minus 4ac is 23. So it can be plus or minus. So the value of n is equal to minus of minus 1 plus or minus 23 by 2 into 1, which is equal to 1 plus 23 by 2, which is equal to 24 by 2, and that is equal to 12. So there are 12 persons in the room based on the given information. The next question is about the ratio of two numbers expressed as permutations. If n-1 p3 is to n p4 is equal to 1 is to 9, then find the value of n. The ratio between two positive numbers a and b is defined as their quotient a divided by b, provided b is not equal to 0. So, if two ratios a is to b and c is to d are said to be equal, then we can equate their quotients as a by b is equal to c by d. Hence, in this question, the given ratio may be rewritten as n-1 p3 divided by n p4 is equal to 1 by 9. Now, expanding each of these terms of the ratio separately, taking the first term n-1 p3 from the definition of permutation, it is n-1 factorial divided by n-1 minus 3 factorial, that is equal to n-1 factorial by n-4 factorial. Taking the second term of the ratio np4, that is equal to n factorial by n-4 factorial. Therefore, the left hand side of the given equation is n-1 factorial divided by n-4 factorial is to n factorial by n-4 factorial. So, cancelling the like terms, we get n-1 factorial by n factorial, which is equal to n-1 factorial divided by n factorial. Here, the n factorial can be written as n into n-1 factorial, where we can cancel the n-1 factorial from the numerator and denominator. So, finally, the ratio becomes 1 by n. So, from the given condition of left hand side equals right hand side, we see that 1 by n is equal to 1 by 9, which implies n is equal to 9. The next question is to find the number of terms in the expansion of 2x plus 5 whole cube whole raised to 5. This is a question based on the binomial theorem a plus b whole raised to n. We know in the binomial expansion of the sum of two numbers a plus b whole raised to n, there are n plus 1 terms altogether. Now, coming back to our question, the given expression has a nested power, that is 2x plus 5y cube whole raised to 5. So, we can apply the power rule of exponents, where the power rule states that a raised to m whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m into n. So, applying this rule, the expression becomes 2x plus 5y whole raised to 3 into 5, which is 2x plus 5y whole raised to 15. We have just seen that the binomial expansion of a plus b whole raised to n contains n plus 1 terms. So, according to this one, the given expression whose power is 15 should contain 15 plus 1, that is 16 terms in its binomial expansion. Next question is, in the expansion of x plus y whole raised to n, what will be the sum of exponents of x and y in each term? This is based on the binomial expansion of x plus y whole raised to n. Suppose we write the binomial expansion of x plus y whole raised to n in the sigma notation. You can observe the exponent of x is n minus k and that of y is k. Now, if you add these exponents, the value will be n minus k plus k, where k gets cancelled and the value will be n. And if you go to the expansion, you can see in each term, the sum of the exponents will be n. So, in all the terms, the sum of exponents of x and y is equal to n.